Hi there viewers, I'm the Extraordinary Tourist and welcome to part 5 of my video diary documenting the creation of my artwork, the 3 Ys, Colour Monkeys. In this episode I had hoped I would be a lot closer to being finished, or if not actually being finished, but as it turns out that didn't happen and I didn't get quite as much work done on the painting as I wanted to. So in this episode I'm just going to go over where I'm at currently, which is painting in a lot of the shading on the characters and the tree that they're sitting on. So without further ado, I'll get straight into that. So this is where I was up to last time, and as you can see I just started to put some of the light shading in the yellow areas of the 3 characters and on the tree. And this time around I initially decided I was just going to work on the blue monkey and do all the shading on him to give him a bit of form and do all these sort of dark shading colours. You can see here I'm trying to mix up a dark blue, sort of having trouble finding the right brush to do this. So me a while to find it because all my brushes are fairly worn down and it's a bit difficult to find one that works just how I like, because I also don't like brand new brushes for doing detail work either, because I find the bristles are too long. But here you go, you can see me here sort of attacking the blue monkey with my dark blue, just sort of going around the edges, not doing too much shade, like too large areas of shading, almost doing outlines more than shading in some places. And this is pretty much what I end up doing for the whole of this particular session, and despite by the end of it not seemingly progressed very far, it's actually one of the longest sessions I've spent so far working on the painting itself. So as you can see, going around doing more of the dark blue just to bring out the form in his sort of body there and arms and his chest and whatever. Now, as I was painting this, I was sort of looking at the other monkeys and thinking, sort of contemplating, do I use this dark blue to do the shadows on them, or do I mix up like dark reds and dark greens for those shadows? And in the end I decided it was probably a good idea to stick with this dark blue and use that as a base for the shadows on the other 2 monkeys. Probably once I start work on the other 2 monkeys proper, I might go into adding dark reds and dark greens to them both. But using the dark blue, you can see here I'm also doing it on the tree as well, using this dark blue for shadows and stuff. But by doing that throughout the whole painting, that's just one of the ways you can unify your colour scheme and end up with a fairly balanced artwork in terms of the colours used and where they are spread out over the painting. And obviously doing this as well helps use up the paint more efficiently and doesn't leave you with too much on the palette unused that you would then eventually have to wash away. As you can see, I sort of did a little bit of the tree, went back to the blue monkey, and then started doing the shading on the red monkey using this blue as well. And it doesn't look out of place to do this either, like using blues and purples for shading on anything, even though the red monkey has got warm colours. Typically shadows generally have a sort of bluish purple haze to them anyway, and if you put, particularly if you've got a bit of purple in your blue onto a red, it still works really well. And the same with if you've got a bit of blue in your purple, if you've got more of a bluish purple and you put that on green, that works fairly well too, because it's obviously like the dark blue has a bit of red mixed into it anyway to get some of that purple sort of shade to it, and the dark blue goes with the green because obviously green has got blue in it too, so it all works out and looks okay. Let's see here, moving on to the green monkey, and as before when I was sort of doing my base colours on these characters, the lines that I'm painting are a lot more considered and getting a bit tighter again, not as rough as some of the earlier strokes that I did in my original layers. And also some of the dark colour, dark blue, I'm using for shading inside the legs of the monkey's shorts there as well, which is probably a little bit unrealistic. You'd probably more go for a really dark yellow or something, and maybe towards later stages I'll probably end up going over that with a bit of yellow just to lighten them up a bit. I'm not too sure at this stage. There's also, as I've explained previously, the legs on the red monkey were pretty much improvised on the canvas and are different from what's in the sketch, so I also used some of this blue shading to try and give more definition to the red monkey's legs. I'm still not entirely sure they're working all that well. I think that the red monkey's leg that's underneath the green monkey is fine, but the leg closer to the blue monkey is going a bit wrong there. You can see here I've now mixed a lighter green, starting to put a few highlights onto the green monkey there. It's actually been a couple of days since I've actually painted this between then and when I'm doing this narration, so I've actually kind of forgotten that I'd started with doing the lighter green on the monkey. I had actually intended to come back to this a day or so later and do more lighter colours and start doing the lighter colour on the red monkey as well, but in the end I didn't get back to it, so this light green was pretty much the end of this session and all I got done. But you can see it doesn't appear to be a lot of progression, but it actually gives each character a lot more definition and they're sort of getting closer to being finished. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode and found it interesting or got something from it. With any luck, by next episode this painting will be finished, or if not, a lot closer to it than what we are now. So until next diary entry, thanks for watching.